Welcome back to Creative Tien channel. In the last video, we started the circular vest or the circular cardigan. And this video is part 2. We assemble everything and add a ribbon. And you can see we need 2 more pieces in the back. One is the top center piece that's behind the neck, and the other part is the lower center piece. So it has more coverage. First, I will connect the 2 shoulders. That's the front and back pieces connected around the shoulders. And there are many ways to do that. I will just do simple overlap. So I have the front piece on top of the back piece and sew it up. Next, I want to connect the back center section. You can also do overlap and sew up, or I just fold the pieces in so it has a flat part and then join the 2 flat parts by sewing up. First, I fold the curved center area back and I place some pins and I just stitch it up. Basically, I just pick 1 stitch from each side and keep the tension even. And after both sides are done, I start sewing up the left and right pieces. And I just pick up 1 leg of the V from each side and continue sewing up every stitch. And because my circular shape is more like a swirl, so each section is not a very even triangle. So it's hard to be perfect. And we just do what we can. And I sew up the sleeves to the body. And around the armpit area, I sew it close for about 2 inches. So it's smaller opening. I feel in the back side, the top and bottom center looks a little bit bare, so I added 2 more pieces. And I also use the same technique as before, but I only need 2 sections or the 2 triangles for each circle. And for the back bottom pieces, I cast on 40 stitches and just need 2 sections. So just like before, I started with E-rub cast on. Need 1 row. And start my short rowing by setting up the Russell lever to number 1 and starting from the left side. Pulling out the first needle to the D, need 1 row. Pull out the second needle to D, need 1 row. Pull out the third needle to D, need 1 row. And keep going until all the way to the right. And we change the Russell lever back to number 2 and need 1 row back. That's 1 section. And I repeat it twice. That will be 2 sections or 2 triangles. And I just bind off. And I will sew it together with the main pieces. And I just try to pick up 1 leg from each side and try to keep it even. For my top back pieces, it's a smaller triangle, so I cast on 25 stitches and knit the same way, only 2 sections of the circle. And I sew it back up. The circle comes up a little bit far. I can fold the piece out, or I can fold it in and sew up. So I decide to fold it in and sew up, just like the center back pieces. Now I finish all the assembly. All I need is trimming. I decide to do the basic 1x1 ribbing. And I use hand knitting, so I use a long circular needle. You will need at least 24 inches circular needle. Longer is better because the body part is like a whole big circle. And I use US size 6, or you can use smaller one for smaller stitches. And it's easier for me to start with crochet hook for the first few stitches. And then I change to the knitting needle and pick up around the edges. And for the sleeve, I pick up every stitch except the center area. If you look at the sleeves, we have 3 sections. The center section comes out a little bit far, and I'd rather gather back a little bit more. So in the center section, I pick up every other stitches. So I pick up 1 stitch and skip 1, pick 1 and skip 1. So it makes the sleeves less puffy. And I knit 3 rows and just bind off. And I knitted the same way for the body 1x1 ribbing, because the whole body is like a one big continuous circle. So it does take some time to pick up the stitches. And I pick up every 10 stitches and skip 1 stitch. So 10 stitch, skip 1, 10 stitch, skip 1. I try to have less stitches for the ribbing than the actual knitting. And I also knit 3 rows and bind off. So that's how it looks after all the assembly. And don't forget to give it a steaming and blocking, so the stitches are more even and it's less curly. So that's the final cardigan. To me, I think it's a little bit too puffy for my liking. Maybe it's the sleeves. If I want to do it again next time, I'll probably do a sleeveless one, just the vest. I think it will make the circular design stand out more. And I can also add a button or a tie in the front. Other than that, I think it's an interesting project. I hope you enjoy this design and have fun making your own version. Thank you for watching and see you next time.